Americans. We all have our issues.
What do I care about the most?
Healthcare.
Education.
Warrantless wiretapping.
The war, and the war.
I'm not going to say the war.
Immigration.
The environment, especially global warming.
A woman's rights to choose, as well as civil rights.
Our economy.
I don't think there is such a thing as a constitution anymore.
The most right now, health care and ending this war.
But as strongly as Americans feel about issues, we often draw a blank when it comes to the courts.
I'm drawing a complete blank right now.
I haven't the slightest idea. I don't know anything about it.
You know, I haven't really been following that. I don't know.
No, I can't think of anything right now.
People are more interested in American Idol than they are what Supreme Court is ruling on that day.
However, recent court decisions are causing Americans to take notice.
Well, if the president is doing unconstitutional things, how can the court not look at it? That's our only recourse. I mean, we have to defend the Constitution.
We need to care if we're going to lose the protections of habeas corpus. We need to be concerned if we're going to institute an imperial presidency who's going to be able to do anything in the name of a war on terror, which has no explicit enemy.
I think that the general consensus is that global warming is for real. But I do think that with the appointment of the recent conservative judges that the court is headed in the wrong direction.
Across the board, there's a widening in the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
And one of the things that has concerned me as a citizen, but also through my work, is the steady erosion of the ability of employees to hold their employers account in any number of ways. Their right to organize, their right to dissent, their right to blow the whistle, their right to file on behalf of discrimination. Many of the new justices have a pretty bad track record when it comes to those things.
I don't think we should throw Brown versus Board of Education out of the door because the people fought for that.
As a person who was born in the era of Brown versus Board of Education and as a former school teacher, I was just horrified at the potential that we would roll back principles of justice with just a stroke of a pen, without recognizing the good that that decision has done.
And given that there's a presidential election a little bit more than a year away, that president will likely be empowered to appoint 1, 2, maybe 3 Supreme Court justices.
Well, even though we may not have much control over the courts, the Supreme Court, we do have control other places. Get out and vote.
Over the next year, Alliance for Justice will bring you a series of short films that go beyond the headlines to meet real people like you, whose lives changed forever with the swing of a gavel. Sign up for our films online, tell a friend, and learn more about your issues at www.allianceforjustice.org.